Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're doing Abby's hair again. So we're doing half blonde, half brown, which will be a very easy transition because her hair obviously right now is brown with blonde pieces in it. So let me tell you what we plan on doing to achieve the split dye. We're using One and Only Color Fix. They changed their packaging. I've used this so many times on my channel before, but they totally redid the packaging. I couldn't find it in the store. Finally got it. It's pretty much the same thing as Color Oops, but I got it at Sally Beauty because we were already there. So we're gonna start with a color remover on that one side that we're doing blonde. The next step is bleaching her root area. She has a lot of natural regrowth that's come in, and then also on top of that she has a little bit of color buildup. So I'm going to assume her ends are going to turn white from the color remover. Then she's gonna have like a band right here, like a goldish, and then her natural roots. So we're gonna go in, bleach her natural roots and feather it down over that golden band and then leave her ends out. So we just have 2 packs of this because we're not doing that much bleach. We're only doing like a small section on one side of her head. Then for the last step, we're going to be using a 6N Damn My Permanent Color on the brown side to cover up those highlights and make it more of like a rich deep brown shade. And then we're going to tone the blonde side with an 8N, so that's a level 8 neutral. And I used a level 8 because she likes more of like a buttery blonde versus like a super white shade. So that's what we're gonna try and achieve today. We're pretty much just gonna go with whatever her hair allows us to do. If she lifts really white, then we're gonna have to obviously she's gonna be a little bit more white. If she lifts a little more yellow, she's gonna be a little bit more yellow. So I got an 8 because it'll fix both of those situations. If she's too white, the 8 will tone it down. If she has a lot of brass showing through, the 8 will tone it also. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the color remover just on that one half. So let me mix this up and start applying. By the way, this smells like complete shit. So just be aware, it smells like rotten eggs. It's pretty nasty. So one of the main differences between Color Oops and the Argan One and Only Color Remover, they both have 2 steps that you mix together, but the Argan one actually has 3 steps. So you mix step 1 and step 2, apply that to the hair, and then let it process. Wash that out, and then you're supposed to apply step 3. I don't use step 3. I've used it in the past, and it basically made the hair color come back. So step 1 and step 2 erase the hair color basically and make it go away, and then every time I've ever added the step 3 on there, it makes the color come back. So I've just never used it, and I've seen so many reviews on YouTube where everybody says step 3 is pointless and it just is very counteractive and just makes the hair color come back. So I don't use that step, but if you want to, by all means, if you want to use it, go ahead. Spoiler alert, but her hair color actually starts turning back brown when I apply the bleach on her roots. So yeah, I've been having a lot of issues lately whenever I do someone's hair, their old color comes through or there's a weird chemical reaction between bleach and dye. So it's been making my life a little bit more difficult. All right, we got this applied. I'm gonna leave it on 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna apply heat on it so that way it processes better and we get a better result. And then I'm going to wash this out and we'll be back to do step 2. I'm excited. It looks like it's lifting, so we'll see you in around 30 minutes to show you what it looks like. Okay, we're back. Here is what her hair looks like. It's pretty brassy, pretty orange tone, but it did a fantastic job at removing all of that color. We're in really good shape. So I went ahead and mixed up the lightener we're gonna be using, and I also mixed up her dark color because we're doing this all in one process. So I'm gonna apply the lightener to her roots first, and then I'll go ahead and wait and let that sit and process. And then I'm gonna do just a very, very mild bleach wash on her ends. It's not even gonna be 10 volume developer. It's gonna be way lower than that because her hair doesn't need it. It will lift so fast. So I'm gonna let her roots process, and then I'll run it through her ends for literally less than a minute just to kick out a little bit more of that brassy tone. So I'm gonna start applying this. I'm actually gonna go live on YouTube right now, so make sure to hit my notification bell so that way you get notified when I go live, so that way you won't miss the next live. So we're gonna go live and hang out with you guys and talk to you while we do her hair, which is cool. I will leave an iCard on screen of the live video that we did while I was doing her hair because it's still on my channel. So I'll go ahead and leave an iCard on the screen in case you guys want to watch that later on. If you haven't followed Abby's hair journey, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background because I think it will like explain things a little bit more and you might get a better understanding. So Abby is like platinum blonde underneath of the brown that's on her hair right now. When she got pregnant, she wanted to do a brown color so that way it wouldn't be as much maintenance, and so she stayed brown throughout her whole pregnancy. And then the last time we did her hair, I just added a little bit of highlights in there, and when I did highlights on her, I used less than 10 volume developer and I left it on her hair literally like 5 to 10 minutes and it lifted to like a really nice buttery blonde shade. So I knew going into this that she would lift super, super fast on those ends that had been previously lightened. So I knew that I could use less than 10 volume developer. Her hair has been through the ringer. She did give it a break while she was pregnant for like over 9 months. She didn't really do anything to her hair and gave it a very much needed break. So I think during that time, a lot of the strength came back to her hair. But she does have damage and stuff. And I just want to say, she's my sister, so she knows the damage that she's going to do to her hair. I see a lot of people like, oh, just leave her hair alone. Like, you shouldn't be bleaching her hair. Her hair is going to fall out. Her hair needs a break. You guys, I tell her this stuff. It's not like she's a client and I'm doing this on her knowing that her hair could fall out. Like, I literally point blank tell her every time we do her hair, like, if you want to lighten it and put bleach on it, your hair could literally fall out. Like, I know this is what you want and I'm totally willing to do it because, like, I'm down. But just know your hair could literally snap off and there's a risk of it falling out. And she's okay with it and she understands the risk. So that's why we do it. And that's why I'm okay with doing it. It's because like she's my sister, she's my friend. Like, of course, I don't mind doing her hair as long as she knows the risks that are involved. So I start applying this low volume bleach mixture on her ends. And as I'm applying it, I'm starting to notice that her brown color is starting to come back. And like the bleach is reactivating the dye molecules and turning it like a brownish color. So I went ahead and I put a super mild bleach through her ends to try and stop that from happening and to try and lift out that brown. It lifted it out a little bit, but here you can see we went ahead and washed out the bleach, and through her mid shaft, she has a little bit of that brown left over. So I'm going in with like 5 volume or less and bleach just on that band. Because she has blonde underneath the brown, I literally applied this bleach to her ends, left it on for like 2 minutes, and then we washed it out. So it wasn't on there very long at all. In the last clip, I voiced over and explained to you guys what I was doing. So now it's time to tone. That worked really, really well. I'll show you her hair in a minute. We're going to tone with 8N because, again, she wants more like that buttery blonde, not like a bright white platinum. So I'm just using this Ion Color Brilliance Demi-Permanent Color in 8N. I'm going to mix this with 10 volume, apply it on that side, and tone it, and then we'll be back to show you the finished result, blow dried and everything. Here's her hair. It looks really good. It's all one even color now, so we're just gonna tone it and we'll be done. All right, we're back. We gotta stop right there because the video is not picturing and capturing the actual color of her blonde. You'll see it in a minute because I did get good like video footage of what it actually looks like. So you'll see the actual video and the full 360 of what her hair looks like in a second. But throughout the first part of this clip, for some reason, like whenever her hair shifts in certain lights, it looks gray in some areas, it looks brassy in other areas. So this is a picture of like what it truly looks like. And again, you'll see the actual colors in a minute when I spin her around. It's like the way my beauty lights are hitting her hair makes it look different in different areas, but in reality, it's like all even and like a buttery, champagne-y beige blonde. So here's the realistic part of it, and I'll show you the video version in a second. After many hours, many stress, many hard work, a lot of hard work, we're done and it looks impeccable. It's perfect. It's literally exactly what she wanted, like to the T. The brown is like a very nice dark brown. The blonde is absolutely stunning. It's like a beautiful like beigey blonde, and I don't know how in the hell we got from yellow, blonde, to brown, to beige, to this. It's all even. There's like no lines or banding. It's like all one beautiful, nice beigey blonde color, which is exactly what she wanted. She didn't want something like very platinum. This is like exactly the color that she showed me she wanted. So it turned out So good. I'm so happy. And surprisingly, her hair feels really good. Like when I was blow drying it, no hair came out. Like there was nothing in my brush, which normally with her we would have had like some hair loss, but there was not any. So that was really good also. And she's excited to have split dye too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how it turned out. I'll spin her around and show you the 360. So here's the video I was talking about. You can see her brown is like super rich, beautiful, deep brown. And then this is like the reality of her blonde shade. You can tell it's just the lighting like affecting the way the color looks. But this is how it looks in real life. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. And until next time, guys, stay weird. Goodbye.